Eco-anxiety refers to a fear of environmental damage or ecological disaster. This anxiety is largely based on the current and predicted future states of the environment and human-induced climate change. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amrita, and with this channel I aim to bring you everything from minimalism, sustainability, self-care and self-development. According to a 2018 national survey, almost 70% of people in the United States are worried about climate change, and around 51% feel helpless. Some parts of the world are more vulnerable to the effects of extreme weather, including coastal communities and low-lying areas, particularly people whose livelihoods depend on the environment, such as those whose employment rely on the fishing, tourism, and agriculture industries. Also, people who live in indigenous communities rely on natural resources and tend to reside in more vulnerable geographic areas. So how do we deal with this eco-anxiety? People may find that taking positive action can help reduce feelings of anxiety and powerlessness. Helping others has well-established psychological benefits. Some positive actions may include talking to others about good environmental practices, volunteering with an environmental group, making greener choices, possibly following a sustainable diet such as eating less meat and dairy, practicing minimalism, becoming an activist in your own town, and writing to businesses about their packaging, for instance. The second way to cope with eco-anxiety is through acceptance. This might be the hardest step in fighting climate change, but practicing acceptance does not mean you sit back and watch it happen. When you start to feel very overwhelmed by the impending climate doom, practice acceptance without complacency. You can make peace with something without condoning it. You can also accept an outcome while fighting tooth and nail against it. Gain a new perspective. In the same way that you need to accept that bad things might happen, you should also accept that good things may happen. But this is much more difficult to do because we have the dystopian future in spades. Everywhere you turn, there's post-apocalyptic media. You can overcome this by taking a few moments to journal or just daydream about how wonderful the future could be. Describe in detail how awesome the future could look. When you get stuck with a wave of fear, reread this entry or go back to that place in your mind to remind yourself of what you're fighting for. Seek therapy or find a support system. When you're feeling overwhelmed, it's easy to feel isolated, and one of the best ways to combat this loneliness is to find a group of like-minded people. This is easier than you think, and exactly what I did on my journey to becoming a Greenpeace volunteer. When we're triggered, everything feels like us versus them. It makes us turn on our closest friends and family, and you wonder, if they're not on board, how is anything ever going to improve? This can bring about bitterness and being judgmental, which can cause you to lash out at people. There are tons of people, groups, and organizations that are all working towards the same change you're seeking. Not too long ago, on the 24th of September, there were global climate strikes happening. This should show you that you are not alone. You can also seek help from a professional, and with more and more people suffering from eco-anxiety, professionals are becoming better equipped to treat it. Look for the positive. Intentionally seek out positive news. Follow accounts on social media that share positive posts and read blogs that share positive environmental news, such as Happy Eco News. And this links back to my point 2 I mentioned on gaining a new perspective. These are some pointers I wanted to share with you on how to combat eco-anxiety. I hope this gave you some new perspective. Always know there's something we can do to change things within ourselves or around us, no matter how insignificant you may think the act to be. Try these out and let me know if they work for you. And as always, until next time, be the change you want to see.